Hello guys, so today we have the explanation for the quiz questions. And first of all, there is a question about the physiological solution, which is 150 millimolar. And we have the sodium chloride here, which means the osmolarity will be calculated because we have two particles, so two ions. And we need to choose the solutions which are isotonic to this concentration of sodium chloride. And the part about the choosing all that apply was not included in a question, so you might have answered either A or D. And in fact, both are correct. And this question was going to be the multiple correct choice question. And as you can see, so the osmolarity of the sodium chloride would be 2 times 150 millimolar, and it is 300 milliosm. Okay, so what are the 300 milliosm here? So glucose, because it gives only one osmotically active particle, so we have 300. So the second one is not fine, this one is not fine, and this one is not fine. So what is 0.15 hydrophosphate of the sodium? It is actually the two particle substance. So we have sodium and H2PO4 minus. So one particle and second particle. And because we have 150 millimolar concentration, it also gives us 300 milliosm. So the correct answers are A and D. So those who chose either of these answers will have the full mark. Okay, so we have the second question. So the question about the osmolarity, so you have to count the number of particles and then count the osmolarity. So in total you will need to write the osmolarity here. So sodium chloride will dissociate onto sodium and chlorine. The potassium chlorine will be like this, so potassium and chlorine. Finally calcium and two chlorines, so it's 2 plus and minus. So magnesium the same way, so it's chlorine and chlorine. Here we have sodium and the hydrophosphate. Here we have the sodium and hydrocarbonate. Finally we have the glucose as the single particle. So 1 here, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, and 2. And now what we need to multiply this number by the molarity of the solution. So it's 250 milliosm. 2.5 times 2 is 5 milliosm. Then we have 6, 2.5, 52 and 20. Okay, so when we calculate the total, it's 341.5 milliosm. So this is the final answer, and also you need to write these guys too. And we have one question from the previous quiz, so it's about the conversion. So we have 56 milliliters and 35 milliliters. And we need to convert them into picoliters here and microliters here. So first of all, let's determine what is milliliter. It is 10 to the power of minus 3 liters. Then the picoliter, which is 10 to the power of minus 12 liters. And microliter is 10 to the power of minus 6 liters. And of course, here you will need to to have this conversion, you have times 10 to the power of minus 3, and then divide it by the picoliters, which is 10 to the power of minus 12, so minus 12, and the answer would be 56 times 10 to the power of 9. So we have minus 3 and 3 here, so we can cancel these guys, so we are left with 9 only here. So when it goes up, it loses the minus. And for this guy we have 10 to the power of minus 3 divided by 10 to the power of minus 6. So here we will have 35 times 10 to the power of 3. Of course we have picoliters here and microliters here. This is not the end, and although many of you wrote the answer like this, it is not correct, because in scientific notation we cannot go more than tens, so 56 is not the right way to show the answer here. So we need to move one decimal point here, so it becomes 5.6 times 10. Because we moved it to the left, we need to add one power here, so it's 10 to the power of 10 picoliters. And here goes the same, so it's 3.5 times 10 to the power of 4 microliters. Again, why we do that? Because we are writing it in scientific notation. And scientific notation operates from 0 to 9. Nothing else, so there is nothing like 10 times 10 to the power of something. So if we go into tens, we move this decimal point here and add some here. So this is the way of the scientific notation. Okay, so the final answer will be like this and this.